Welcome to this week's episode of the Growth Journey Show, and today we are in Boscombe Cliff Gardens and we are hoping it doesn't start raining. So if you see us running that way, it's because it's started to rain. So today the key bit of insight we want to give to you is
the importance of systemising your marketing. And one of the most important ways of systemising your marketing, something that we put in place for all of our customers, is 5 pillars, so 5 foundational pillars for their marketing activities, which are to have really clear goals of what you're trying to achieve, be very clear on the people, the audience you're targeting, and putting personas in place to target it. So that's personas. The third thing is to have a strategy that pulls those goals and the personas together, and how you're going to be getting in front of them and marketing to those personas to achieve the goals. Having a system in place, ideally an electronic system that pulls everything together. And then the 5th pillar is to constantly improve your marketing through iterative optimization. So that's a key thing. If you take one thing away, systemize your marketing and put those 5 pillars in place. The reason why we ended up talking about this topic and decided to talk about it is because I was out at a customer, and it was a really typical scenario for us. So really successful business, speaking with the directors of that business, they've grown the business successfully, and most of that growth's come through recommendation, referral, and the growth of their existing customer base. They've invested a lot in terms of systemising the operational processes of the business. So the business is nice and lean, it's running really efficiently. They've invested a lot in great machinery, great processes, etc., to run that business really efficiently. And they've got good capacity to grow without having to invest hugely in the business. So they've got good capacity there to grow. And they've always sort of steered away from marketing in many ways because they felt it's this fluffy thing that they can't really systemize and they can't particularly control. And the point of my discussion with them was like, actually, let's start to look at your marketing and let's look at how we can systemize your marketing so it's much more similar to these other areas of the business that you really understand. And the key thing for us is we want to really help our customers understand their marketing and get control of their marketing. And the way to do that is by systemizing it. So that was why we were talking and wanted to just really emphasize the importance of the ability and the importance of systemizing your marketing.
So how would you recommend the people that are watching take the insight that you sort of shared with these guys today? How do they take that and employ that in their own business?
So come back to these 5 pillars, and that's why we've chosen this great location very conveniently down the road from us with these Greco-Roman pillars in the background. But put the pillars in place, and it's not a massively complicated thing to do, and it does take a lot of work. You know, it takes us typically between a 6-week and a 3-month project to get all of these foundational elements in place for a customer. So it is quite a significant piece of work, but it's really important. So number 1 is really having very clear business goals. What are you trying to achieve through the marketing? The clearer you are on that, then the easier it is to work on achieving them and putting a plan in place to achieve them. The second thing is being really clear on who you're targeting and getting a deep understanding of the personas that you're targeting. So we use this tool called customer personas to create a really deep understanding. You've just been going through it recently. Absolutely, for a customer of ours, haven't you, Chris? And how do you feel like going through that process, going deep on those personas?
I think if you don't have a really good customer persona, you don't really understand the motivations as to why somebody's going to want to pay attention to anything that you're doing. You don't know what their problems are, you don't know what they care about, you don't know why they're going to do anything. And I think without that, you're just guessing, and you're really going to stand the chance of just missing the mark and not actually giving them what they want or what they need.
Yeah, so you need to get these personas in place and then pull a strategy together. So the strategy contains business goals, it contains the personas, and then it really is looking at a wider plan of how you're going to achieve these goals by marketing effectively to the personas and how that interacts with your sales activities as well. We really see this important convergence between marketing and sales. Then ideally you put an electronic system that helps you manage and measure all of the marketing activities and the sales activities that you've got in place. So this is a key element to helping you control it. We're talking about systemising your marketing in a wider sense, but certainly you can get a system and put that in place to help pull it together. The system that we like and prefer to use is HubSpot, and it's a great tool for pulling all of this stuff together. And then the final thing is to work on constantly improving your marketing. And you do that by iterative optimization. So what you do is you run a test, you understand, does that work or doesn't it work? Things that work you keep doing and you include them in your ongoing regular system. Things that don't work, you look at how you can improve it, or perhaps you don't continue to do that. But it means that you're constantly improving your marketing, you're constantly getting better, and you're just working on this systemized improvement and of your marketing to generate the results you need. And I think that's really quite similar to the operational systems that businesses tend to put in place.
I think that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in next week's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments below.